Hi everybody. Helen. um, we're gonna try. Oh, Joel. Oh.
I've actually been subbed for like at least
Two
a week
months.
now.
2 months.
Yeah, I mean,
Has it only just come up? Has
enormous
it?
gifts.
Oh, excellent stuff. Um, I'm hoping people can hear me and everybody. By the sound I can hear coming from Helen's phone, I'm thinking that's a yes. Yeah. Cool. Excellent stuff. So, no, it doesn't actually look too bad. I think I was just sat too close. So we got everyone's name and character name is for me and John. It's directly underneath us. Mr. Storyteller Man Patrick is in the middle, and he's got Patrick and Storyteller, and that's rotating. And Mike and Joel. So Joel, who's right below me, and Mike, who's over in the bottom other corner, waving there. They've got their character name and their names there. Oh, I just realised. Funnily enough, having you two next to each other, it changes. So it goes Joel, Henry, Shiver, and as it scrolls along, it then becomes. It goes
Oh
Joel,
yeah,
and then it goes Mike, Hamish Atkinson. That's pretty cool. I like that.
yeah.
We'll say I planned it. I didn't, but we'll say I did. Yeah. So we got. Yeah, we're going to go for a while, and then we'll finish anywhere between 8:30 and 9. Whatever Patrick decides is a suitable stopping point. I need to
Yeah.
make sure I've logged into Roll20, and I have. I need to get my character up. Ooh. So, I'm quite new to doing all of these sorts of games and things. So, this is only the third time I've ever done it. So, I've actually tried to do things so I've got proper background and all of this sort of stuff. So, hopefully, we'll get better. Suggestions in the Discord and stuff like that. I enjoy good heckling as well, and for when I make stupid mistakes and shoot John. So, so this is all done on Patrick. We've gone from doing the one-off to an actual proper one, and while we've got here quickly, I'm just going to show this off, the new merch, just to see what it's like. So this is cool. Yeah. Anyway, that's that, and yeah, Patrick, take it away.
Okay, so this game, as with the last one, is set in 1920s Great Britain. You are all members of a book club. It's called the Silver Circle Esoteric Book Club, and that's how you all know each other. You've been friends for a while. And yeah, so if we just go around to start with and you introduce who your characters are, I'll get you the setup after that. So let's start with John.
I'm playing Sir Reginald Anthony Oakenhart III, eccentric hunter with a taste for the more exotic. And hopefully I won't be shot by this chap over here.
Cool. And Steve, your turn.
I'm gonna shoot John.
Excellent.
Oh, introduce. Oh, right. Okay. I am Richard Chapman, a PI.
Excellent. And Joel.
I am Henry Schiffer, an engineer.
Excellent. And Mike.
I am Hamish Atkinson, a businessman.
Perfect. So the campaign will start on Tuesday, the 11th of May, 1925. You have all received urgent communications from one of your friends, Dr. Charles Holloway. He's also a member of the book club, and he's asked you all to come to his house to meet him at 9 o'clock in the morning. He's got a big favour he'd like to ask you. Okay. You all roughly arrive at the same time. Who do you reckon would be getting there first?
Not me.
I will turn up nice and punctually, driving a rather probably flamboyant car. Well, not flamboyant, very sophisticated classical car.
Driving it yourself or being driven?
probably being driven.
Fair enough. So yeah, you get there, you knock on the door, and his butler answers. It's like, oh, fantastic, Lord Oakenheart, come in, come in. Dr. Holloway will be with you soon.
Oh, thank you very much.
May I get you a tea?
Oh, yes, please.
And he invites you
Oh,
in.
very hot.
Yes, of course. And just as he's about to close the door, he looks out and he sees Hamish walking up.
I've just seen my craft skill. I forgot I did pornography.
What? What have I missed? What have I missed?
Oh my god. Oh man, what is wrong with me?
Steve, do you need to confess to something?
Oh, have you just checked your... You just
Wait.
checked... Oh, I forgot about that, yeah.
Yeah, my art and craft skills, pornography.
Oh, yeah. I forgot you'd done that. And, yeah,
Madman.
Oh,
sorry.
man.
Let's attempt to raise the tone slightly.
God. Sorry.
That's all right. So the butler had just been closing the door, and then he saw young Hamish, or I can't remember if you are young, but he saw Hamish walking up. He's like, "Ah, Mr. Atkinson, good morning. Thank you for coming. Dr. Holloway will meet you soon. I'll show you through to the lounge. Can I get you some tea?"
No, thank you. A brandy, though, please.
Yes, of course. And he like double checks his watch as he shows you in. And yeah, so he brings you both into the like just a living room, gives you your drinks, and wanders off. And he gets to Henry Schiffer. I'm assuming you knock on the door.
Yes, I do.
Excellent. And yeah, he's like, "Oh, good morning, Mr. Schiffer. Thank you very much for coming. Come on in. Would you like some tea?"
Yes, please.
Excellent. And he shows you in. And yeah, he comes. He brings you your cup of tea. Would you like me to make introductions? Do you know each other?
We have met before, I believe.
We have indeed.
Excellent. And what should we say, like 9:05? Because it's not going to be too late that you turn up, is it, Steve?
Hopefully.
About half hour. Literally, like 9:30, and yeah, probably
So
looking
by
a bit
this
worse.
point,
Looking a bit worse for wear as
Cool.
well. A bit haggard, like, and yeah, just not looking great.
Okay, I'll come back to you in a bit then.
Yeah, that's fine.
So
if it's half an hour later by this point, I'm probably into my third hunting story.
Probably.
it'll be probably about 5-10 past that Dr. Holloway walks in. He's like, "Gentlemen, thank you so much for coming on such short notice. I'm terribly sorry to bother you like this, but you're men of means, and I'm sure you can help out with this. Have you all got drinks? You're all happy
Yeah.
No,
with what you've got?"
The tea's quite lovely.
Excellent. So, yes, I'll just go straight into it. My daughter, I think she's missing. You remember Joni, don't you? You will have met her a few years ago when she was younger. And yeah, you will remember her vaguely. You never really met her much, but you were introduced and then wandered off. Yes, I believe she's gone missing at some time over the weekend, and the police they won't look for her just because she's made a few mistakes in the past. I was wondering if I could rely on you chaps to help out.
Well,
I'll
sure,
have to put a word out.
but I don't know what I can do.
Excellent. And it's at this point that there's like a loud, clumsy knock on the door outside, and then shown into the living room is Richard Chapman by the butler. He's like, oh. And yeah, Dr. Holloway gets up and greets you. He's like, oh, Mr. Chapman, I'm so glad that you made it. I could really use your help.
Yeah. That's fine. Anytime. Sorry, I'm late. I was up all night walking the parapet.
No worries. Just thank you for coming. Thank you. Yes, as I was just saying, my daughter's gone missing, Joni. As you know, I may have mentioned she got into Cambridge in last September, and she's been attending there, and it's all been going swimmingly apparently. But this weekend, my wife hasn't heard from her. I haven't heard from her, and she must have just gone missing. And like I say, the police won't look into it just because she's made a few silly mistakes when she was younger. Would you be able to go and have a look? I'll of course pay any expenses, and your train fare, your accommodation.
Yeah.
Yes. Well, of course we'll look into this. This reminds me of this time I went looking for this.
No.
We don't need to hear about that.
Again.
And,
Oh, I've already
yeah,
told that one. Oh, sorry.
You indeed.
he looks a bit like perplexed at you comparing his daughter to like a white rhino.
I was going to say, yeah, we're not going to find her and then shoot her. So, yeah, no. What else can you tell us? I mean, what was she into? Sorry, has anyone got anything I can have? I need a drink.
Yes, of course. Jeeves. And the butler comes back in. What do you want? What can Jeeves get for you?
Coffee. As strong as it can possibly be. Thank you.
Of course, sir. And he reaches down and takes Hamish's empty glass as well to refill that.
Thank
So,
you.
was she into anything?
Well, like I said, she's made a few childish mistakes when she was a bit younger, but that's all in the past. She's grown up. Recently, she's been studying a lot, apparently. She's doing medicine, in fact. It's quite impressive.
Okay.
Anyway, let me give you a picture of her, recent picture. And it's on Roll20, if you want to have a look. He's like, so that's the most recent picture I've got, and her address. She lives at Swirls Court, and that is on Turing Way. It's a flat that I pay for her. Unfortunately, I don't have a key. But
That's fine.
her roommate will hopefully be in. Her name is Penelope West.
Penelope West, yes.
Okay. So,
but
is that her only friend? Do you know anything else about what she was? She's studying medicine. Does she have any other clubs that she was attending, or anything like that?
At this point, can you all make psychology checks, please?
Of course.
I will abstain from that one. I think, considering that Richard is currently nursing the mother of all hangovers, he's not going to be fully compos mentis. So I will I will just say an automatic fail for me on that one.
Okay. So yeah, that's
I don't know,
looks like a fail across the board. So yeah, you can tell from his answers that he's holding maybe something back about her, but you can't really tell what. And he's just like, yes, like I say, she keeps herself out of trouble. She just studies.
I will ask, how do you roll in this?
You just did.
Yeah, you just did. You just click on the skill and it rolls.
Right.
It's not doing it.
You say you've not heard from her.
You've rolled like 4 times
Oh,
now.
there we go. Cool. Okay.
Sorry, John.
You say you've not heard from her in a while. What was the last communication like? Was there anything off, or just normal?
Well, normally she talks to my wife. They're closer than me and her. I haven't spoken to her since she came back at Christmas time, but she talks to my wife every weekend. The main communication I have with her is sending her a check every week. But she hasn't cashed the one that I sent through on Friday, which is what's caused me to worry.
I see.
So what day is it today?
It's Tuesday, the 12th of May.
Ah. So that's 5 days, then.
We've lost Joel, which has probably messed up the stream.
Oh.
Yeah.
Joe! I'll lean, so I'm down
Oh
here.
no.
Oh, there you go. He's probably back now. There you go.
Sorry, Discord literally crashed.
It's there you go. Joel's back.
Has it restored
And-
everything? Hey.
Yes, it has. And do you know the funny thing is as well? With that roll, I would have succeeded.
Well, yeah. Oh, the first one was a fail. You got
Was
every
it?
kind. Yeah, you got a fail, 2 hard successes, and an extreme success.
Oh right, I didn't see the first one. I didn't scroll up enough then. Okay, so I suppose we can go up to her flat, have a look around, see what she is, have a chat with her flatmate.
But yes, if you could, that would be fantastic. Like I say, I'm more than happy to pay for your train fare or your travel, or if you need to stay there, any accommodation.
Okay, yeah, that's fine. We'll get this sorted, and we'll find Janie's whereabouts for you. Don't worry on that.
Thank you very much. Thank you. And yeah, he'll excuse himself, and the butler will bring back like the coffee and the extra brandy, and he'll give you a second to discuss moving forwards if you'd like.
But yeah,
Well,
Have any one of you studied at the university?
I studied at State University, but I was at a different one. I was at Oxford rather than Cambridge.
Yes, I wasn't at Oxford or at Cambridge either. I was just wondering about what you knew about the student life.
Bits and pieces.
who knows? So she's in. Where was it? Cambridge.
Yes.
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay. Okay. Well, I think the first protocol will be to have a chat with the flatmate, and then go from
Most
there,
certainly.
and then see what we can see, and then
Sounds wise.
check out the flat. Yeah, I think that'll probably be a good starting point. We might find something, a diary maybe, or a flatmate might know something that's going on. Or she's met a boy, and
Yeah.
she's just gone missing for a week.
That
Well,
was
we're not
kinda what
going to
happened.
find anything
Well,
outstanding here. Tally ho, chaps.
Indeed. Lead on. But yeah.
Okay.
I was going to say a thing, but we got tally hoed out instead.
Excellent. So how would you travel down there or up there, considering it's north?
I will be driven by my butler.
I was going to say Hamish is probably also going to be driven by his butler, probably from the house to straight to Cambridge, probably.
Okay. Are either of you going to offer a lift to the other two?
I would
Anyone want
ask
to get
Hamish
popped in?
for a lift.
He'd accept. It's not. It's not quite. His car won't be quite as ornate or classy as Sir Reginald's, but it's close. You know, it's that sort of like that shade slightly less posh.
He looks at Reginald when he says, "I can offer anyone a lift," and looks to him. Yeah, nope. Turns to you.
I'll get the train, thanks. So yeah, I'll wander off, and drinking the coffee. I will leave the house with the cup with the coffee in it, and I'll walk off.
Fine china.
That bit, I'll be walking out with it.
It's gone bit in a bin.
I was thinking you better
Okay.
just take it for the entire adventure. Just keep getting it refilled at places.
can you put it in this? Oh dear.
Like on the train, just like like so it's like the train's moving up and down the rails. It's just coffee just like spilling over all.
Oh dear. Sorry, Pat. We're off the rails already.
Lid or
No,
cap.
that's all good.
Yeah. So I'll get the train up and just see what's what.
Well, more cherry for
Okay.
me.
Excellent. So, just for my own sanity, I'm going to say that you get to Jodie's apartment at roughly the same time. So, if say like the cars will have got there a little bit earlier, pulled up and just hung out for a few minutes until Richard got there, and yeah, it's not a massively ornate place, but it is nice and in a nice area. Like you think this is probably a reasonably expensive place, and then yeah, there's a communal hallway, and you can find your way to her door easily.
Okay. Walk up to the door and just bang on it.
Okay. Yeah. Moments later, the door is opened by a young woman, and I'll just share a picture with you.
I will get this all sorted so that we can see Roll20 and that in the stream.
Yeah, I tend not to use like maps or a background like a battle map kind of thing, but I'll have handouts and pictures.
Yeah.
Right, so yeah, that's what she looks like. She's like, "Oh, hello, gentlemen. How may I help you?"
How
She
you
looks
doing?
around at the four of you. She like grasps a collar, and she's like, "I'm fine, sir."
But what time do
I-
we arrive? What time is it?
It'll be about 11 by the time you get there.
Is Miss West, I presume?
Yes. May I help you?
Yes. Your flatmate's father sent us.
Is
Apparently,
Joni here?
No, Janie's not here. I haven't seen her since Friday evening.
Do you know where she went?
No, like she goes out most nights. I don't really try and keep track of her anymore.
Any more? So you did at one point then?
Well, when we first moved in together, I tried to. Sorry, who are you?
We're friends of her father's. We've been sent because her father is quite concerned that he's not heard from her in a while.
Oh, okay. Come in then. And she brings you inside, and it's reasonably cramped inside. There's a small living room with like just enough seats for you guys, and like she'll stand, be like, "Oh, would you like some tea, or are you okay?"
No,
I'm fine.
Fine, thank you.
I'm alright, thank you. But
Okay.
Oh no.
So yeah, Joni, like I said, I haven't seen her since Friday. It's not like she stays out sometimes, but she's never been gone for like more than one night at a time.
Do you know where is it she normally hangs out? Where does she normally go out to?
Oh, I don't know any of the bars or the clubs or to parties, things like that, dance halls, you name it. She's probably been there.
Any friends or boys she tends to hang out with?
Occasionally, and again, make a psychology check as she says that.
All of us?
Yeah, all of you.
no, massive hell.
Okay, so Richard, yeah, you'll pick up that again when she says occasionally, she's definitely like holding something back there. There's a lot more to that story that you think you'll be able to get out of her if you just ask some questions.
The questions are about men, wasn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah. So, what sort of people does she hang out with then when she's not studying?
Well, she didn't have father. Oh, it's not my place to tell, but yes, she hangs out with a lot of men, normally a bit older. They drink of quite a lot. She's gone a bit off the rails, if I must say. I've always been worried about her, or I say always, the last 6 months or so.
Right. So, why have you been? Have you been worried just because she's out all the time with older men drinking or partying the night away, or is there something else there?
Well, there's that, and then, like I said, she hasn't been to university since about October. No,
so what is she doing? What is she doing during the day then? If she's not studying.
Well, normally drinking off a hangover. That's correct. I apologise. Sleeping off a hangover.
Right. Okay.
And yes, there's one man or boy that she hangs out with regularly. Is the only one I know. His name's James, but he's not one of the ones. She's not really interested in him. He just follows her around and pays for things, which is why she lets him hang around. He's like a lost puppy.
Okay, whereabouts? Do you know where James lives at all?
I don't. I know that he goes to the university, but I don't know where he lives. I'm sorry.
Do you know what his surname is?
Yes, I think so. It's Parks, James Parks.
James Parks. Okay.
Perhaps my memory is beginning to fail me at far too young an age, but you mentioned her father should have told us something. Do you mind reminding me what it was?
Oh, well, I
can try and do a persuasion off
that. Yes, make a persuasion.
Damn it.
Just like, well, like I say, it's not really my place to tell. I thought her father knew.
At the end of the day, if she's gone missing, we are the people who have been asked to come here and look for her. We're guessing that the police are going to be the ones who need to be kept out of the loop on this one, because there might be something a bit dodgy going on from the fact that you are choosing not to divulge any information. Is this correct?
Are you attempting to intimidate her? A bit?
I can't remember which sort of style I put down on this one. It's intimidate or... Oh, no, definitely not intimidate. I'm a bit of a... persuade, yeah.
Okay, yeah, I'll let you make a persuade check. So this, I've mentioned it before, but you may have forgotten. This will count as pushing the roll. So generally, if you fail a roll, it's not the end of everything. You have two options. You can either spend luck to get it below the target score, or you can push the roll, which is what you've done, which means you have another chance of success, but a failure means something goes wrong.
We've got an extreme success.
In this case, you get an extreme success.
Well done.
And she's like, she goes, oh yes, I suppose if it's for the best. Well, like I say, she dropped out of university, didn't tell her father, and she keeps taking his money. And then, well, she's been doing drugs sometimes with some men staying at their place, and she even had an abortion once.
Oh.
Wow. Do you know where she goes to see these guys?
Like I say, she picks them up at, they meet her at clubs or bars or places like that. She's always going to wherever the party is, wherever it's busiest, wherever it's cheapest.
Okay, so James Parks is probably going to be the best bet then. Where's her room?
Oh, it's the second one on the left down there.
Okay, I'd like to go and have a look.
Yes, of course.
Yeah, I'll get up and wander down to her room.
I'm following.
Okay. The two of you that have gone in there, you walk in and the room is, compared to the house, or compared to the rest of the house, it is really messy. Like, there's clothes strewn everywhere. There are even some empty bottles, things like that. You can see there's even, like, birth control strewn about.
Wow.
It's not been cleaned in a while. Can you make? I think it's in. Sorry, I just need
Spot
to remember
hidden.
the skills. Spot hidden. I think spot hidden's the closest or the best.
Success.
Excellent. And John, cool. So 2 successes. What you'll see is there's how I described the room. It's all like that. You notice there's a flyer on the desk which catches your eye, mostly given the date on it.
Okay.
And I've made that visible in Roll20. And would one of you like to read it out for the stream?
Yeah, go on, John. I'm going to try to get the Roll20 on stream. So
8th of May begins 8 p.m. New Life Productions and the Mint Bar present Gin and Jazz Banquet. 8 p.m. at the Broadway Arts Centre, 34th Main Street at the Mint Bar. Hors d'oeuvres, dance lessons, photo booth, dinner, dancing, raffle, art auction. And that's
I love the way you just said hors d'oeuvre.
Yeah, so that's the main thing of notice. You'll notice as well that there are quite a lot of photos of her, which is fairly unusual for this age because film and everything's quite expensive. But there's at least, say, 20 pictures of her taken, as you can see, in different places, different outfits, and she's got them just piled up on the desk, really.
yeah, alright, I'm just going to... There you go, that's gone. I'll get Roll20 to appear whenever we need it, so people can see stuff.
Cool.
Okay. Right. So is there anything else of note in the room?
No, beyond that, not really. Just mostly the pictures and the flyer.
Are the pictures like, are they considering my art and craft, they're tasteful pictures, yeah?
Yeah, they're definitely tasteful.
Right.
There's a combination of like posed photos and I don't know the term for it, but photos of her just going about her day-to-day life kind of things.
Stalking.
Semi-stalking type ones.
Okay, fair.
On that remark, does she look like she's aware in these kind of pictures that she has been photographed?
In some of them, definitely, because she's posing for the camera, but in others, it looks like she's like having a conversation with someone and just like smiling at that point, kind of thing.
One of the photos has a leaf slightly in the way.
Okay.
I'm going to wander over to the desk with the flyer, knocking aside. Is there a drink bottle just knocking aside something with McKay?
Yeah, there will be.
I have a suspicion where she might have been.
Mm.
Presenting the flyer.
Yeah, I'll take it and have a read. You'll have to... is it still in Roll20?
Yeah. It's under the handouts bit.
Yeah. 34 Main Street, 8 p.m. Is that... Oh, right, that's this evening.
No, that was on the 8th, which was Friday.
Oh, right, okay. So, well, let's take a photo of her. I'll have a look around and I'll grab the best photo that shows her off clearer than anything else.
Yeah.
And I'll just take the back off and I'll take the picture out and put it in my pocket.
Yeah, they were just a pile of photographs. None of them were in frames.
Oh,
but
right,
yeah,
okay.
you can take that with you.
Yeah.
Can I have a more specific look around for, say, like a diary or a journal?
Well, that was covered in your spot hidden, and yeah, there wasn't a diary or a journal or anything like that.
Okay. So, because you gave me the flyer, didn't you, John? So, chat. When is Steve going to roll for porn? I'll just do it randomly at the odd moment. Yeah, so I've got the flyer. I'll walk back out to the flatmate and I'll just show it to her and just say, what's this place like? Is it a upmarket place or is it a bit of a dive?
she takes it and she's like, "Oh, that's that's a new gallery. It's quite a nice upmarket place. I've not been there, or I've not been to the bar there. I've been to the exhibitions.
Right. Okay.
But yeah, it's very nice. And she'll give you the address. It's in like the centre of town.
Yeah. Okay. I failed at porn.
Failed badly.
I failed really badly at porn.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, at least that's
all that. I was just saying, it's all the pressure of chat watching.
It's not normally like this, he promises.
Of course, the only way you succeed a porn roll is if you roll 69, of course.
I mean, yeah.
Going to take a moment before following after what's his face. But I'm going to look through the photos as well and pick out the most unsuspecting looking one, the one where she looks like she didn't expect it, and bring it over to the flatmate and show her that. And go, did she ever mention these at all? Do you know about these? And show her the image and see how she reacts to it.
She'll be like, "Oh, that must have been that James boy that took that. He's always got a camera around his neck. He's, like I say, he's obsessed with her."
Okay. What time does this the gallery open? Is it normally like 8 p.m. Is it, or?
The gallery itself will be open all day, but I imagine the bar is just open in the evenings. Yes.
Okay. I think we need to. This is me now ignoring the flatmate. She doesn't exist to me anymore. I've got my next clue. I'm good. This is me turning to everyone else. So I think our next step will either be the gallery or the campus to try to find this James Park guy.
Yeah. We should find James, I think.
Yeah, I think that's it. That'll be that's the next best step, really, for us there. Unless there's going to be any public record of where he might live.
Yeah, you reckon both options are possible? Like, you could go to the university and convince someone there to tell you, or you will be able to search through public records, but that would probably take a good day of searching to find it, kind of thing, because it's all in just paper records.
Yeah. Okay. I'm gonna suggest we head to the university campus then. Thoughts?
I'd say that sounds like a good idea. This James fellow seems quite. Well, this poor girl sounds like she's getting mixed up in the wrong sort, and this fellow sounds like a wrong sort.
Well, that's the fanboy. But yes, I agree.
Yeah.
How about one of us go talk to someone more official, a teacher, say, and see if we can find out where he is.
There's a lot of teachers.
There will be. Probably someone in reception would be better.
Yep.
Yeah, and go in there and then we can see what's what and try to find this young lad. Try to set him on the
Sounds like
straight
a
and
good plan.
narrow. Have I got a gun?
I think you do.
It's up to you if you want a gun.
Well, I am a PI.
If you think you'd have a gun, you can have a gun.
Cool.
Anything larger than a pistol, you probably won't have been able to bring with you on the train.
No, just a pistol's
Especially
fine.
not whilst holding this bloody teacup.
Yeah, coffee. I'm gonna shoot John.
Shoot John or his character?
Yes.
Yes.
What about one to offend you aside from this kooky accent?
It's enough.
Okay. So yeah, so that's my thought on it. I think that's what our next step should be. What does everyone else
Indeed, I would-
think?
Indeed,
No, I
would
agree
that
with you.
anyone who would have been there on the Friday, from the sounds of it, lots of people tend to spend the day sleeping off hangovers. Therefore, I believe that they wouldn't be there before 8 anyways.
Yeah.
At this gallery, so it's probably worth stopping by there next if we don't catch till we don't catch another lead.
Okay. So, off to the university campus then.
Okay, so you get there, and it is obviously it's Cambridge, a very nice campus, like tree line driveway, the whole stereotype, and yeah, you can walk up to there's a main reception, and an elderly woman sat behind there. Who would like to go in and talk to her?
Not it.
I will step up as probably the most arguably presentable looking person of the bunch, or reputable.
And I will be standing far away, pretending I'm not part of his group.
I think Hamish will probably just stay in the car.
Why does nobody love me?
It's less that and more on the lines of, one person goes in asking, "Oh, it could be a relative." Here's mine. Whereas a whole group of people turning up, now that just ends up being suspicious.
This
I'm
is
going
true.
I'll saunter up, clicking my cane across the floor as I go and walk up to the reception. Excuse me, miss.
Oh yes, hello.
I'm looking for a young gentleman who goes here by the name of James. I've forgotten his name. Pardon?
Parks.
James Parks.
Oh, you want to go to the park?
I'm looking for James Parks.
Oh, is he a student here?
Yes.
Oh, well, I can't just give you his address. I'm not meant to give them out. I'm sorry, not even to a handsome man like yourself.
Well, madam, surely. No, I'm his grandfather. I'm here to visit him.
Oh, I see. Could you make a persuade check, please?
I can certainly attempt. Nope.
Oh,
I don't think I've rolled below 90 the entire evening so far.
So like I say, you have options when you fail. You could either spend the 46 points of luck to make it a success if you want, which may be a bit much, or you can think of a way to push the roll. So carry on, like get another chance, but maybe there'll be some sort of risk involved.
Yeah. It's a case of do I risk pushing it? I've got a 50% chance if I risk it.
It doesn't necessarily need to be the same skill if you can think of a different way of doing it. Say if you were to change your mind and try and bribe her, then it would change the credit rating.
Okay.
She's like, I'm sorry, sir, I can't just give out information on students like that. Have you got any identification that proves you're his grandfather?
I'm going to pull out the wallet and then instead of any identification, pull out a few notes. So I've got some identification right here. I'm going to push in, try and persuade with money.
Excellent.
Love it.
Okay, make me a credit rating.
Where's that? No.
Is it a bad one again?
yeah.
Well, I've gone from 90 to 80 now.
You have. She's. I'm sorry, sir. No,
my
that's
God.
you can't do that. And she looks around. She's like, you're going to have to leave, sir.
My apologies. I'll have to send in my associate, and I'm going to go out and go to Steve Garrett and go.
Oh,
I didn't work.
no.
Don't have need a firm attached.
Oh,
Oh,
We've tried gentle.
oh my God.
I'm not a talker. I should not talk to people.
I'm tempted to.
I am a talker. My rolls have just been shit.
Oh dear. So, because you're an engineer, aren't you, Joel?
Yep.
And Mike, what's Hamish?
He's a dilettante, but I wouldn't say particularly on this particular situation.
Okay.
He'll probably see Reginald leaving and I'm gonna make a call with this. Hamish will get out. He'll walk in, punch past, and go up to the front and say, "Hi, I'm looking for the School of Medicine."
Oh, yes, the School of Medicine. It's the building just north of us here. You'll see it. It's got the big staff of Caduceus on the side.
Of course, yes. I'm not always on top of things in my my iconography these days. Things seem to change far too quickly. Right, thank you. And
Oh,
he'll
yes,
head
that
to
one's
the.
only. That's only been a sign of medicine for about 3,000 years.
He just taps his nose and walks off. Yeah, he's gonna walk into the School of Medicine.
Okay. While Hamish is doing this, what would the rest of you like to be doing?
I'm looking around the campus to see if I see any young men with a camera.
I would be following him, doing the same.
Okay. Can you both make spot hidden checks, please?
Ooh.
Okay. And I'll come back to you in a second. Hamish, you walk into the School of Medicine, and there's a corridor, and there's some students hanging around, and then there's a couple of lecture theatres and different offices.
I think Hamish is potentially Hamish is probably going to essentially do the same thing, just sort of I guess canvassing the area, trying to keep an eye out for both the girl and Jenny and the and again someone with a camera. So he's probably not going to spot him, but it'll be essentially like if someone comes up to him, it'll be like, oh, I'm just looking around, and just try and throw some bullshit in there about visiting and trying to think about sending young relatives or something someday, that kind of thing.
Okay. Yeah. So you won't see anyone with a camera in there. Oh, snap. Yeah, you won't see anyone with a camera in the School of Medicine, and no one really comes up to you. They all seem rather interested in what they're doing.
Yep.
But it does give you the freedom of the building. So, correction, Richard and Henry, you are walking about the campus, and you can see a couple of, or you see one guy with a camera off in the distance. Whoever's got the lowest luck, can you make a luck check for me, please?
What you got, Steve?
I don't know where my luck is. That's right at the top, isn't it?
Yeah.
45.
70.
Okay. Nope.
Okay, so you go up to him, and he's quite a handsome young man, quite broad-shouldered, blonde hair, and you can see he's just taking a picture of a tree at the moment.
Excuse me. Do you mind if I ask you a quick question?
Oh, yes. Hello.
Hello there. My name's Richard Chapman. I'm a private investigator. I have a quick question. Are you the only person at the university who walks around taking photos all the time, or is there like a club that you know of?
No, I'm definitely not. There's, like you say, there is a club, and they've become quite popular now that they're, small enough to carry around. And he lifts up this massive brick thing. Everyone will have one day.
Yeah.
My name's Joshua.
I'll hold my hand out to shake his hand.
And he'll shake your hand. He'll go, yes, there is a club. It meets on Tuesday night. So tonight, we'll be meeting and he'll name one of the buildings.
Okay. Do you get on a more? I'm not very good with tact. I do apologise. Are there any people who come to the club who, in your opinion, probably shouldn't, and they're only interested in the more lewd aspects of photography?
Henry just looks at him with a confused look, like, what the fuck are you talking about?
Can you make a persuade check, please, Steve?
I just rolled pornography. Sorry. No, that's psychology. That's the wrong one as well. That's the one.
We'll take your first, the first dice roll you made out of them. So that would have been a success.
Okay.
Because you rolled 57. And he'll be like, oh yes, there's... You must know him then, James. He's weird. He doesn't come anymore, but he used to, and well, we just told him that we had stopped the club, really, like no one wanted him around. A bit odd.
I don't blame you at all. Let's be honest there. He's the reason that I ask is because there is a young lady. I'll take out the photo and I'll show it to him.
Oh, yes, he used to. He was constantly taking photos of her. So
Yes.
He's still at it then.
Thanks, chat. I'm looking for a person who will take lewd photos. Yes, always. Yeah, I think. Well, the main reason I ask is she has actually she's gone missing, and we need to speak to James. Do you have any information about him at all? Do you know where he lives or anything like that?
Yeah, it's on the. You had to fill out a membership form. Like, if you come back, with me, I can dig that out for you.
I don't do thumbs up because that's not a gesture. I'm in the 20s. Yeah, that'll be not helping. Okay, so yeah, that'll be fantastic if you could do that for us.
Yep. So he'll walk you back to his dorm. He'll dig out the form and he'll hand it to you, and it's got an address on it.
Wonderful.
And the address is 14 Nova Close.
Okay, excellent. I will take the form and I'll pass that over to Henry.
I'll take it. Cheers.
You look like you're more of the go in and bust things up type, so...
Well, maybe, perhaps. Shall we find others and find this place?
Yep. So I'll follow Henry back to wherever we're going.
Yeah, we'll thank the man and head back to reception, hopefully finding the others there.
Okay. In the meantime,
Standing outside of reception, grumbling to myself.
just looking at your money, being like, "What? This
Usually works.
Just completely unaware of the concept of not being able to buy exactly what you want.
Buys everything, even happiness.
So, Mike, you are in the medical building. What would you like to do?
I think Hamish will probably just, having not succeeded immediately and thinking this is probably actually a dead end now I think about it, just sort of grumble and not quite as much as Sir Reginald, just sort of I guess shakes head sadly and and leave.
Okay. And yeah, as you walk back to your car, you'll see the private eye and the engineer walking over, and you meet each other outside.
Do we happen to have a map?
Yeah, I'd say your driver will have a street map of Cambridge.
Yeah, great. then I'll guess we'll use that to find our way there.
Wonderful. I just need to do another pornography roll. Oh, still not. I'm not very good at pornography.
No. One day,
only got a
one
5 in
day
it.
you'll succeed.
One day. Oh dear. Yeah. Yes. Yes, Stug. Definitely. Walk the guy back. Take some photos. Maybe get on the bed. Oh dear.
Cool. So his address is within walking distance of the campus.
Nice.
And you can head round. You walk down the street. You notice it's definitely not in as nice a place as Janie's apartment was. It's terraced housing, and just as you're turning the end of the street to walk down, you see like a small, like Weasley fellow unlocking his door and going inside.
Okay.
And as you get closer, you can see that is number 14.
Ooh.
Hamish,
I'll pull out my pistol. And I'll shoot John.
right.
I'm sorry, John. I'm sorry.
I think Hamish will call. Excuse me. You there?
Oh,
That's-
sorry. What I meant is he went in his
Oh,
house
he's
before
already
you
in.
were close
Right.
enough.
Okay.
Yeah.
I thought it was like he was still trying to lock it off. Okay,
I know
fair enough.
that's a bit out of sight, or out of range. Sorry.
So,
I think that.
just quickly, we all know each other, don't we? Really?
Yes.
So,
Yeah.
so I'm guessing skill-wise, I'm just trying to figure out what I'd know as a PI. So, I'm guessing that John is probably the best of us with a rifle.
Quite potentially.
Joel, is going to be good with at fighty stuff. I'm
No.
really hoping.
No.
Oh my god.
I'm like the engineer. I know mechanical repair and electronic repair, library use, that kind of stuff. Like, yeah.
Okay.
Really, me?
You're playing pilot, aren't you? That's what you're doing.
He was kind of good at fighting though.
Yeah, he was. And Mike, I'm guessing a similar sort of vein as.
I was trying to actually go more with like the and the thing is, I kind of think I've spread myself too thin a little bit with it. But I was trying to go for more the sort of the talky, the charm and persuade. It's sort of my two of my highest skills.
Yeah. Okay.
Yes.
I really thought someone else was going for the like fighting guy, so I didn't take it. I was planning on doing it, and I was like, nah.
Well, I've done a little bit, but I'm not great.
Yeah, I think
Okay.
Steve. I think me and you have kind of gone for a lot of things and not done them great.
That's me too, but in a knowledge world.
Well,
Yeah.
we're all dead. Excellent.
I think yeah. I think Hamish is probably just gonna probably ask for the who actually currently has the photo that Journey's father gave to us.
Me.
You do.
Steve.
Oh no, not
Right.
the father gave.
Oh.
No, not me.
The one the father gave. If no one else is claiming it, then Hamish will pretty much. I'll go off
Yep.
Hamish having it, and he'll probably knock on the door, and if it gets handed to it, just say, you know, he'll
Yeah,
knock on the
so
door with that ready, essentially.
You knock on the door and it opens slightly, on the chain, and it is opened by not this guy. That was the wrong one that I showed you. Ignore
I hope
that.
it's not him. He looks mildly threatening.
It looks
This
fishy.
guy, James
Ooh.
Parks.
James Parks.
He looks slimy.
Let's have a look at James Parks.
Ugh.
He does look a bit slimy.
So he looks like that, and he's like, hello.
Hello, are you Mr. Parks?
Yes. Who are you?
Hi. That is not entirely important right now, but the main thing is that I'm looking for this girl, and we'll show off the photo of Janie that we had earlier. The
It's like, yes. What? Why are you looking for her?
hello, Indeed, I'm a friend of her father's, and he's awfully worried, but can't make it outside of his estate at the moment. So he sent me and my friends down there to come and help. And we'll gesture at Steve, who presumably is, and the others who are presumably loitering.
We're all stood at the end of the path like the Goonies.
Yep. Hamish will just roll with it. I think he's known you long enough to know that probably would still work.
Yeah, well, yeah.
Now, if you would be a dear and do let us in, I feel rather parched. Don't suppose we could have a cup of tea?
Can you make a persuade check, please?
Hell yeah. Fuck. None of my rolls have succeeded today.
Well, it's shooting
he's-
time.
I'm really busy, I'm afraid. I've got some photos to develop, and he starts to like push the door closed.
Ooh. Right, time to do something dumb.
Oh.
I've made that joke too often. I'm not doing it again.
Oh, you're gonna put your pistol and shoot
I
John?
was going to shoot John. I will shoot you.
I think. Is there enough room that Hamish, like, because I'm assuming he's got like sort of the slightly pointier looking shoes than just like tall ones. If that makes any vague sense, the one that's slightly point. Is there enough room with it on the chain for him to like put his foot between the door and the door frame?
Make me a dexterity check to see if you do it in time.
Yeah, I'm going to start walking up to the door.
So,
Okay, and yeah, your foot gets in the doorway and stops it closing. He's like, excuse me,
No.
I said I'm busy, I need to go. Can you take your
You
foot
said
out?
I was saying you said you were developing photos, and my friend here, and he'll gesture over at Henry, the engineer type. He's an engineer, he might be able to help you out, of course. We've just been looking for someone to try out some experimental developing techniques with.
No, I'm quite happy with my setup, thank you.
I'm hoping this is stalling enough to try and get them to the door
Oh
as
yeah,
well.
the rest of you have walked up to the door by this point.
Okay.
my good boy, we are on some pretty serious business. A girl has potentially vanished, so perhaps don't tug us on a leash, or we might get quite unamused.
Okay, so what are you trying with that? Like, persuade?
Persuade, but
Yeah.
with a bit of an edge. I'm not going to intimidate because my intimidation skill is crap.
I think all of ours are crap, to be fair.
Okay, again, this will be a push roll. And he's like, and he stops pushing the door closed, if that makes sense. Takes the pressure off, and he's like, I know she's missing. I haven't seen her since Friday. And even without a psychology roll, you can tell that he's, like, upset and maybe a bit worried by that news.
Mm.
It's like, what do you want?
When was the last time you saw her?
It was Friday night.
At the gallery?
Yes, at the Mint Bar, and he's like, and he like looks around up and down the street, and he's like, oh, "Come inside."
I'll have
And
a look up and down the street as well, because he's like, yeah. Just
Oh
to see
yeah,
if anything-
he does. I don't think he wants the attention, kind of thing.
Yeah.
Yeah. So he'll close it, take the chain off, open the door, and he shows you through to like a tiny little kitchen that with a table with 2 chairs.
Okay.
Do I see anything interesting in his house? Oh, apartment.
All you've seen so far is the hallway and the kitchen, and it's like messy, a bit mouldy, and there's a very expensive camera on the side in the kitchen, but beyond that, there's nothing interesting.
Okay.
And he like lets whoever wants the chairs sit down. He leans against the sink, and he goes, "What? Do you know where she is then?"
No. No.
If we knew that, do you think
Why
we'd be
here?
coming to you?
Don't know why you're coming to me.
You're potentially the last person who saw her.
Well, I'm definitely not the last person who saw her. It's that whoever she got in the car with, that man.
Car?
Yes. At the club at the end of the night, she got in a car with a handsome man.
Wasn't me.
Wasn't me either. Uh, do you know who he was? Any idea?
No, I've not seen him before. He's like I said, handsome man, a big, broad shoulders, slick back hair, stubble. Oh, hang on, and he goes in like a pile of photos next to the camera. There's like about 10 photos there, and he picks one out and hands it to you. And it is a
Is that the
picture.
one that came up earlier?
No, it's not.
Okay.
It is a picture of this car
Ooh.
with this man stood next to it. It's like, I saw her getting in. Well, she got in this man's car and left.
Right.
All right.
I'm going to assume this chap has nothing to do with the university.
The best he could hope for is a cleaning job. Look at him. Neanderthal.
Bitchy. Okay. So you're obviously a bit affected because she went with him and not with you. We've seen all
What
the
do you
photos.
mean?
Well, I've seen all the photos that you have taken of her. I'll take out the photo and I'll hold it up.
Yeah, I
before I
gave
put-
that one to her as a gift. Where did you get it?
There was a pile of them in her room.
Yes, I give the photos I take of her to her. She likes them.
Let me put it to you another way. If this becomes official, it's a missing person case, and you are the prime suspect.
Look, I've just told you who the last person to see it was.
Yeah, but that's not what we'll tell the police. Anyway.
Damn son.
I think with her having dropped out of university since October, what else has she been doing apart from the drink, the drugs, the abortion, the casual sex?
Can you all make psychology rolls at this point?
I failed that one. For some reason, it's not coming up as a proper roll on mine.
If you don't have the skill essentially filled in by hand, then it won't come up as a success or fail, if that
Right,
makes
okay.
sense.
So-
So if it's just the base score, it won't.
I'll edit it to something else and I'll edit it back. And
Yeah,
see if that
basically.
makes it work. Whatever.
So only Steve got the success. You can tell that what you're saying has got this guy really angry, like saying that, like essentially pointing out her flaws has angered him, but he's hiding it quite well.
Yeah.
It's like,
So-
don't talk about her like that.
Look, you want what's best for her. Her father wants what's best for her. We want what's best for her. We need to find her soon. We need to find her today. And at the moment, the evidence has led us to you. You've now pointed out this man, but all I'm saying is that it's not looking great, is it? Because if it becomes a proper an official missing person case, all they're going to find is a stack of pictures of her that you have taken in her room. Do you see what I'm saying? I'm not trying to point this out and say that you're a creep, but I'm just saying that this doesn't look great, does it? You need to help us. If there is anything else that you know, tell us and help us find her.
You've been accepted at Cambridge. You're a smart man. You know that's true.
Thank you for the bits, Alfie, Joe. Really appreciate it.
He looks at you and he's like, I don't know anything more. If I knew where she was, I'd go and find her. She never goes this long without talking to me.
Okay.
That wasn't answering the question the good detective put forward.
Well, what do you want? I don't know anything more.
Well,
What can I tell you?
It was what was it? It was the question was apart from the drinking, the the drinking, and all the other activities she was taking part in.
Well,
was she doing
she-
anything else?
She's models for me, and we spend time together. We do things together, but beyond that, no, I don't know what she does. I think she sleeps a lot.
Is it perhaps that she's taken more of an interest in modelling than her actual studies?
What do you mean her actual studies? She doesn't go to the university anymore.
Exactly.
Well, look at her. And he gestures at the photo that you have. She's perfect. She's the perfect model.
And is it just modelling, or perhaps something more glamorous on the screen?
Well, I'm sure one day, once she gets picked up by a studio, she'll be a famous actress, but she's not there yet. She's not ready.
Working theory, gentlemen, but someone might have convinced her she is.
Hmm.
And I failed my pornography check.
Again.
I think...
I'd like to say you're getting closer, but you're really not.
No, I'm really not.
Well, he is. It's just in about, I don't know, like 70 rolls time, he might be there.
Might be. I think that right now, James is as interested in finding her as we are. So I think if there is anything else that we hear, I mean, for example, do you know the location of this this house of ill repute where she takes the drugs? Do you know whereabouts that is?
No, I don't know. She takes them whenever she has them. Like, people give them to her at different clubs or when she's at parties. It's not. She doesn't go to some opium den or anything.
Okay.
Well, not that I know of.
That's fair. I think our next bet then is to head to
Gallery.
the gallery to find this guy and see what we can see there. And the gallery's open all day, isn't it? So
Yeah, the gallery's open all day.
so I think that should be our next port of call, and we can try to get what we can out of it there. Yeah. Also, just so you know, the photography club is still going. They just didn't want you there. Have you thought about changing your ways? Just saying. And I'll turn around and I'll start to walk out.
I've been thinking of doing this for a while. I'm going to slap him on the back with my cane and just go, stand up, boy. Stop slouching.
He doesn't at all. He is very slouched and like hunched over. It's like, are you done? Can you get out of my house now?
As we're leaving, I'm going to glance into any rooms that the doors are open and stuff like that to see if there's anything of interest.
Okay.
See what the state of play is.
There's not any. There's a closed door on the way past on the hallway, and then the stairs upwards. There's no open door.
Okay. Well, as I've got out quickly, I mean, is he directly following us? Can he see me? Me in the hall at all? Or?
He's currently getting beaten up by me.
Well, now that you say that, you do notice that as you start to leave, he almost rushes past you and stands on the stairs.
Okay.
He's like gesturing towards the door.
Interesting. Okay.
I think when Hamish walks past, he'll probably just check in and go, "I'm sorry for my colleague. He is, as you can tell, full of tact." As he's leaving.
Yeah, I'll stop. I'll hear that. I'll stop. I'll stop by the door, and I'll just turn and just say, "Look, I've got a massive hangover, and I've now got to
smell it.
I've got to find a good friend's missing daughter. Oh my god! I think I'm. Where's your toilet?
It's like, what? No.
Oh.
Upstairs, first door on the left.
I'm gone. Yeah, I'd bolt past and I'll run up there, and then
Okay.
I did
I'll go
suspect
into-
the ramparts he was on about was in fact more the rampart djinn rather than actual ramparts.
Okay, but I'll like turn the tap on a little bit to fill my hands up with water, and then I'll drop it into the toilet to make that sploshy sound.
Okay. Those of you downstairs will notice that he seems very torn between. He is trying to hurry you outside and he
I'm
keeps
going to
glancing
keep him-
upstairs.
Can I keep him a little bit distracted from potentially following
Uh,
Richard upstairs by sort of doing a whole talking about
Could I make? I was saying, could I make it?
like keeping him in front of me if he tries to move away?
I can ask him, as my friend said, I'm actually interested in photo. Could I possibly see a photo lab? I could perhaps see if I know some better adjustments for you.
Okay, so multiple things going on at the moment.
If
Ex-
Joe's going to
what-
do that,
Okay,
If Joe-
can we
if
can we
Joe-
try not to all talk over each other as well? There's a lot of us here, so
So we'll start with Sir Oakenheart.
Well, if Joel has something else he's going to do, I'll reserve that.
No, that's fine.
If he looks like he's going to go up the stairs, I'll intercept and start giving him a lecture.
Yeah. So essentially, what you're doing is the exact description of fast talk. So can you roll me a fast talk?
Oh dear. Nope. No way I'm getting this.
He is looking at you, and he's like, "Yeah. Look, there's the door." And he starts to turn to go up the stairs. And Joel, what were you doing?
I'll start going. I'm interested in photography, as my friend said. Could I possibly see a photo lab? I might have some adjustments I can do for you. I'm quite skilled with it.
Okay. In that case,
I can't do shit.
how would you like to go about doing that? Would you like to try and be persuasive, or maybe throw in some technical terms so you can convince him that way, that you're serious about this?
I was definitely going with technical terms, like throwing out, I don't know, camera things.
Camera things.
I don't know.
Words.
I don't know. I don't know
Strap.
real life photography.
Okay. Make one of your repair skills, whichever one you'd prefer, like electrical or mechanical.
Yep.
Okay, so yeah, you caught him. He turns to go up the stairs, and he turns to you and he's like, "Oh, well, now that you mention it, one of my bulbs has been playing up. Come in." And he takes you in the closed door that's downstairs. So Steve, you've just dropped something large in the toilet.
Yep.
What would you like to do from here?
How many rooms are upstairs?
2 others.
2 others. I will go and check the door, the handles for both.
The first door you come to is unlocked.
Yeah. Okay. I'll open it and glance in just to see if it's see what sort of room it is.
So this one, it's it looks like what's the word for the main bedroom? So yeah, the main bedroom. It's nice and tidy. Everything's in its place. A nice big double bed. It looks like, from some clothing that you can see, it looks like a woman's room.
Okay. I'll close the door. I will, as I'm going to the other door, I sort of look downstairs. Who can I see down the bottom of the stairs?
So you glance down the stairs and you'll see him, James just turning his back and leaving the stairs, essentially.
Right.
I'm also probably standing by the stairs because I was trying to intercept, so it might be a thing.
Yeah, you'll also see your best friend in the whole world.
What, Hamish?
No.
I assume this is only when friend applies to a moving target.
This is true. Okay, so I'll see that he's leaving then. Okay, that's fine. So I'll go to the other door.
Okay, you open that, and this is like a little box bedroom kind of thing. There's a single bed. There's some clothes in a pile. But the thing that catches your eye is this very obvious shrine to Joni. It's like pictures, like maybe 100 pictures pinned to the wall. There's like some of her clothes there, a lock of her hair. There's a couple of notes that she's written.
My camera's frozen, so bear with me 1 second.
No worries.
Perfect time to stop. There we go.
Right.
Pictures, a lock of her hair. Sorry.
Some of her clothes, a couple of notes that she's written, and you'll look at them and there's nothing. There's nothing like particularly affectionate or anything. It's more like just arranging a time. Yeah, basically, there's like a shopping list that she's written. There's meet me here at this time.
Please leave me alone.
Or as Stug said, what really catches your eye is the gimp suit. Yeah.
I was half thinking that was going to be that it was going to be something like that. To be fair.
I did as well. Okay, so I'm just looking at the shrine. Is there, in any of the pictures, is there like a picture of her at like lots of the same location, or? Is it
There's quite a few at like. The only real consistent one is the university campus.
Right. Okay.
Beyond that, there's loads of different bars. There's lots of her across the bar kind of thing. You know, the kind of creepy pictures of when she's bent down to pick something up, things like that.
Okay.
Well, this is incriminating. Burn it, Steve. You know you want to.
I'm going to...
Shoot it.
Oh, fucking hell. Okay. I'm going to... Oh, no, this is so dumb, but I think... How close are we to this guy who's called us to do this? Are we, like, good friends of his? I'm not really...
Yeah, you're pretty... You've always liked him. He's a good friend. He's a good guy.
Yeah. Yeah, I'm agreeing with Joe at the moment in chat. Throw up on it. It's a bit wrong. I'm gonna like some of the more dodgy photos there. So pictures of her bending over and stuff. I'm gonna take off the wall and I'm gonna build up a nice little collection of them. Shoot it. I shoot John. No, but no, my roles when it comes to firing, I would shoot a wall from here and hit John.
Yeah, just generically fire into the floor.
Yeah, it kills John. Yeah, I'm gonna take out a load of the pictures from the wall.
Yep.
And
Yeah, they're just pinned to the wall. You can take them down easily.
Yeah, and take them all for evidence. Yeah, so I think I'm going to take out a load, and I'm going to start to walk downstairs, holding them.
Okay.
And yeah.
So Henry, you go into the dark room essentially.
Yep.
And there's no photos hung up at this point. The main light is switched on, and he brings you over and he's like, "Look, this piece of equipment, it's not working," and you can see quite obviously that there's just potentially like a loose wire or something like that.
I'll go to it. And if I see what the problem is, I'll just pretend I don't see it for a few seconds, look around, yeah. Turn around and just plug it in. Done.
Nice. Make me an electrical repair roll for how nicely you do it. Yeah, so like you say, you can do this at your leisure. It's a simple task, and you can drag it out long enough to keep his attention focused. And you can tell that he is still a bit impatient. He keeps like looking up at the ceiling, trying to like listen, see if he can hear someone walking around.
Yeah.
And then Steve, you come downstairs.
I will look angry. I will look really angry, and I'll be holding these photos, and they will be able to see what is on these photos from the way I'm
You
holding
don't
it.
look best pleased.
I'm kind of focused at the moment. I'm going to walk into the dark room,
And he looks at you and he's like, "You feeling better? Can you leave now?"
I'm just going to punch him in the face.
Okay, can you make a fighting brawl roll?
No, because it's really bad. Oh, 65.
65. Well, 65
Fuck
would
me.
be very good.
That's great.
Really,
Jesus
really
Christ.
bad failure.
But yeah, the issue is you swing a punch at him, but this room is just a bit too cramped with you, him, and Henry in here, and you end up like just bumping into Henry and not actually achieving a decent punch. He's like, "What are you doing? Get out of my house, you maniac!"
Punch him with bullets. Yeah. That'd be a good way to
And that's how I die.
end the campaign immediately, murdering someone. I'll hold the photo, one of the photos of her bending over, and I'll hold it in his face. It's like,
He goes to snatch it out of your hand.
oh no. That'll be
Give it back.
no.
Those aren't yours.
Well, they're not yours now either, are they? Stay away from her. When we find her, you will never see her again, or all of these will make their way to the police. And I'll put them back in my coat pocket.
Okay, he's just there, like, looking really angry, but, you know, like...
As I'm putting the photos back, I'll open up my jacket so he can see my gun. How's that as well?
Yeah, he's not reacting, he's not reacting in any way, but you can see that he's just, like, seething. He's like, "Get out of my house."
Get out of Cambridge. Yeah, and I'll turn and yeah. Or how petty do I want to be? Grab the camera and just smash it on the floor.
Oh.
Well, the camera's still in the kitchen, so you'd need to go back that way. But there's some what looks like expensive equipment in this room.
No, I'm not going to do that. Just get out of Cambridge. I will be back.
Okay, so you
Chat,
guys...
remind me to come back.
No, don't worry, Steve. I'll remind you.
Thank you.
Excellent. So yeah, you see Richard storm out of the room. You've all watched this. Do you follow him? Do you say something as you leave?
Probably just to the gallery, I guess. And also, who has the photo of the car?
I was going to say I'm going to go and find that and pick it up before I leave.
Oh, I was picturing that you guys had taken it.
Yeah, that's why I was asking who's got it.
He didn't just show it to you; he handed it to you.
I'd take it and take it.
Yeah.
Henry, could you show it to Harris and Sir Reginald, please? Because whilst we're inside, they might see it driving around or something.
Oh, yeah, sure.
Cool. And so you leave and you have a quick look at this picture of the car. Can you make just intelligence or spot hidden checks, whichever you prefer?
Which one do I prefer?
Oh, I much prefer intelligent. Not that it helped. I don't think I've actually passed a roll this entire game.
That's...
Oh no, I passed one. I passed
Everyone.
dexterity.
95.
Jeez.
Right. It's, up to you, Steve.
I didn't think I thought I'd already left, and they were just sort of like coming out and
Oh,
talking
they
amongst
will.
themselves. So.
You still looked at this photo. This is just in relation to that photo. Sorry.
Okay, so was it spot hidden
Intelligent or intelligence?
Yeah, definitely not my intelligence. 40. Let's go with that instead. Boom.
Yeah, extreme success. You 100% notice that number plate that's on the picture is as clear as day in the in-game photo.
I ha- I,
Okay, so we should be able to find who that's registered to.
Technically.
I was going to say, either we have two ways of potentially trying to find it. It's if he's in the local area, he might have used a local mechanic, and we can see if anyone's worked on the car before and know who it belongs to. Or we could perhaps go to some other way to find the registration, and find out who it belongs to.
Yeah.
Or alternatively, ask the bartenders if any of them are all on the Friday. The gallery. So you do seem to be heading that way, anyways. It's just another question to ask.
What time is it?
By now, it's probably about 3 in the afternoon.
Perfect. We go for brandy.
I'd say we try to find the car first, and we'll take the gallery later today.
Fine.
That's night.
Yeah, because, I mean, there aren't going to be a huge amount of cars on the road, are there? So
No.
the registry for car ownership is going to be quite small.
Yeah. There's still quite a few cars, but yes, not too much.
So, okay, so we'll head to a place and we'll go and see if we can...
Yeah, so as a private eye, Steve, and those of you that are car owners, you'll know that essentially you register it with the police in this time. It's not a DVLA kind of thing set up yet. You just have your number plate registered with the police.
Have I got any contacts in the police?
Make me a luck check. See if you know anyone in the Cambridge police.
Oh my giddy aunt.
Go on.
Oh jeez, this is going to be bad.
Oh!
Oh my god, extreme success. Let
Yeah.
that sink in.
Yeah, you know that your nephew has just, like last year, joined the Cambridge police.
That was lucky. I'm going to go and punch him with bullets.
Traditional hello.
It is for Steve's family.
It's the dance of my people. Okay. Yeah, I will head off to go and find my nephew.
Okay. So yeah, you'll know his address. You'll also know that he works at the local precinct, so it's probably easier to find him there in the day.
I'll offer to drive him, and then when he refuses, I'm sure Hamish will.
Yeah, Hamish will off to let him in.
Stug needs to be quiet. Says the police. Perhaps use a message in a bottle or ask Roxanne.
Nice.
That deserves like a timeout or something.
Yeah,
Do that.
Go to your room. If Helen's watching, that's she's not listening.
So, is that everyone going to the police station, or is there something else somebody would like to do?
Well, technically, if I go in the car with Hamish and Reg and Henry can go in their car to go to the gallery, we could have a confab, or we can go to the gallery when we're done with the narcs.
Yep.
The filth. Here come the fuzz.
I might have been put under as the filth. Like, I think I have the second highest of the credit ratings here. Because I know I got less than
No,
Jar.
The filth. That's another name for the police.
Alpha. I thought you calling us two filth, Steve.
No.
I don't know where you are on the stream. I'm just using our Discord. I thought you were calling me and you filth.
No, we are. But let's face it, we are. But yeah, we're so we could go to the police and quickly just get that, see what they can do to find the car owner, and then we can go from
Cool.
there.
Okay, so yeah, you pull up to the police station. Hamish and Richard, about 3:30 at this point. It's nice and quiet. And Richard, you can walk in. You see that there's just a young constable stood at the desk. It's not your cousin, your nephew.
Okay. I'll just walk up and what's the name of my nephew?
You tell me.
I'm looking for Constable Ben Harper.
Ben Harper, yeah. He's just out back at the moment. What's it concerning?
I'm his uncle.
Oh, wonderful. I'll go get him. And yeah, a couple of minutes pass and he comes out. Oh, Uncle Richie, how's it going? What are you doing in town?
Working, actually.
Oh, smells like it.
Yeah, tell me about it. It's a bit of a rough one, this one, I'm afraid.
What, this decade?
Well, definitely. If we can have a quick conversation out front. This might be of interest to you as well.
Of course. And he comes out with you. It's like, is everything okay? Is my auntie okay?
Oh no, family are fine. Family are wonderful. Your aunt is the picture of health.
Oh, good.
Enabling me to smell like this as well. There is. I'm as I say. I'm here working. I'm currently working on a case. On a missing lady, a missing young girl. We don't think it's anything to trouble yourselves with at the moment.
What's her name? He interrupts you and he's like, "What's her name?"
I've forgotten. Joni something.
Holloway.
Holloway. There we go.
And he looks at you. He's like, "Her? She's not going to be missing. She's going to be at some drug den or something."
We've been asked. I've been me and my colleague Hamish. We have been asked by her father to essentially find her and pretty much bring her home. It's led us to a young chap, James Parks.
Don't
He's
know him.
a bit of a creep, and he has done a few untoward things. I'll get out the photos. So essentially, she's gone missing, and I found these in his room, and I will pass those photos over, and especially with the bending over one on top, because that's just horrible. Yeah. So I don't think he's done it. He seemed to be cut up, and I've literally just told him to stay away. It's a bit of a stalker.
Yeah, it looks like it.
So it might be. I've told him to leave town. Get rid of the weirdos before they start, or set in. I've also been given a photo of a number plate, and I was hoping that you would be able to help me here.
Don't know. We're not really meant to do that, and I've only just started here. I'm still on probation.
I know, but this might. If this does become a bit more of a case, then you're going to be on a head start. And obviously, with these photos as well, that's giving you someone to immediately go and have a word with, and good signs of good faith and all.
He looks at you, and he's like, "All right, give me the number plate, and I'll meet you tonight at Overture. It's the bar," and he gives you the address of it.
Yep, excellent. I'll pass the.
I get off at 6, so it'll be like 6:30.
Yeah, that's not a problem at all. We'll be heading to the Club Mint or something. I'll show him the flyer that I haven't got because Henry's got it. Yeah, the gallery, that place. Yeah, we're heading there because apparently some other bloke someone has seen her there, so we're just trying to get. But obviously, if anything does come out that it is that bad and illegal, I'll come and let you know.
All right, and he shakes your hand, and heads back inside.
Yep, wonderful.
Okay, so at the gallery, again, it will be about 3:30. You pull up, and it looks like a pretty nice place. Very modern, but yeah, nice. There's a doorman waiting at the door. Oh, gentlemen, come inside. And he especially bows to Reggie, noticing like the different clothing.
More refined.
And you walk in, and like I say, it's a nice. It's very small for a gallery, but it is very nice, and they've done well with the space that they've got. And you can see that at the back there's a doorway, and it says the Mint Bar, but you can also see that that's closed at the moment. And there's a few people walking around, looking at different paintings on the walls. What would you like to do?
Good question. I would like to look at the people. Like, what kind of people is here?
So in general, they look a bit, to your eyes, they look essentially like Cambridge people. So the same kind of people that are at the university, people that they look like Hamish.
Okay.
You're like you'd group them with Hamish.
Look at that grin.
I was like, wait, what? And then I was like, that seems unfair. No, it's really not actually an unfair comparison. Yeah.
And even though he's got money, Reggie seems sort of out of place in that he's like old money, a bit insane, and potentially he's even
Victorian
still
accent.
dressed. He may even be dressed in his hunting gear at the moment. No one's quite sure.
And I'm
So
44 for this.
description of character, he's basically a mix of between the grandpa from Chitty Chitty Bang Bang or Sir Hammerlock.
Oh, excellent.
Look at that.
Yeah, that's cool.
A bit.
Something like that.
Yeah, so you two stand there looking around for a bit, and a young woman approaches you. She's like, welcome to the gallery, sirs. Are you particularly interested in Impressionist paintings?
Alright, so I'm just here because he's here,
Ah, I see.
pretending to be kind of a butler kind of thing. I'm not pretending to be that, but I'm basically just referring to him standing one step behind.
And she looks at you, Reggie. She's like, so, are you just here to admire the works, or would you like to see what is for sale?
Let's have a look at what's for sale.
Excellent. And
Oh,
she
so
like
getting souvenirs on the
no-
job.
she like noticeably cheers up or is more interested in you the second you say that.
I'm going to also be kind of keeping an eye on the arts to see kind of if there is anything of a either real life nature or perhaps either modelling that might have interested the girl, like art that might have been something that she'd be interested in.
Okay. Make spot hidden checks then, in that case. Joel, you can make one as well, because I assume you're looking around.
Yeah, of course.
Actual success! Yay!
Hard success.
In the way. Where the fuck is spot's hidden? No.
Cool. So you both will notice that, in general, these paintings seem to be mostly landscapes. There's not many portraits. There's one which sort of, you think it looks similar to Joni, and then you look a bit closer and you can tell that it's not based on her. Reggie, you will. You pick this up mostly because of your background, and you see this painting which doesn't quite fit in, but it sort of isn't too far off, and it's this picture of a tree eating a man called Yete Veo. and you can see it's underneath. It's the artist is credited as unknown. Oh, so does that one take your interest?
It's certainly one of the more unique of this selection.
Oh, yes, it's one of my favourite pieces in this gallery. No one knows who painted it, but apparently it was found on a ship that came back from Africa years ago, maybe 30 years ago. And yes, it was from Africa to France, and they found this painting on there. Some people believe, I don't know how much of this story is true, but that there were no people left on that boat and it just drifted into port. But that's a ridiculous story. To me, it's just a very well done painting.
The slightly mad aristocrat is starting to slightly rise as he gets a little bit distracted from the job at hand. I don't suppose you'd be terribly disheartened if this left your collection.
Well, of course I would, because like I say, it's one of my favourites. But I'm sure my boss could be persuaded to part with it, and it has even got a price tag on it. It's £120.
And is it that are these all the ones on offer, or have you got a few in a back room somewhere?
Everything that's currently for sale is out on the gallery floor.
Does any one of us have a picture of Yoni?
Of Joni, yeah, you guys will have one between you.
Okay.
Yeah.
I'll just quickly ask her. I'm sorry. Have you seen my sister sometimes? Just looking around. Oh, I have a picture of her. Shows to her.
No, sorry, I don't recognise her. She's a very pretty girl, though. You should be very proud of her. I'm sorry, I don't recognise her.
Ah, just worth checking. Thank you.
And yeah, she turns back to you, Reggie.
Yeah, probably just go through the transaction of actually acquiring the piece.
Okay, yep.
Handing
And
it to Henry. Please pretend what?
yeah, she sells it to you. You fill out all the usual paperwork, and you now have the proud owner of this picture.
Butler.
And
Give me the butler.
when you actually handle it, you realise that it's not painted on a traditional canvas. It's something different, something a bit thicker, but you can't really tell what it is.
Would that be a check, maybe, to find out if I know what it is? Like natural world or medicine?
Natural world would probably work, yeah.
I mean, it's worth a shot. No.
No, you, like I say, it's not a traditional canvas, and the paints they're definitely not oil paints. It looks more native, is the way that you'd see it.
Cummy.
No, it was too early for Jackson Pollock.
Ah.
Yeah, make sure. Butler will take it and he'll store it in the car.
Yeah. Is there anything else I can help you with, sirs?
When does the bar open?
The Mint Bar, that opens at 8 o'clock tonight.
Yes, we thought we'd have a peruse and wait around.
Yes, of course. Or there's the cafe across the road if you would like to wait. You look out the window and there's a place called Fraser's. But
You know
yes,
what? I think I'll go have a cup of tea there, actually. Henry?
excellent.
Yes.
And we'll lead him out. Do you think potentially someone across there might have seen the incident?
It's not really an incident, is it? I don't think anyone would put any value into it.
And it's Richard's got the picture of the car.
No.
Not anymore.
Oh yeah, no.
He did have.
Yeah.
Okay, cool. And I think that's a good place to leave this session.
Yeah.
Cool.
Yes.
Yeah, thanks very much for playing, guys.
Yeah.
Thanks for
That was really, really good. I don't know how you lot find it, but I had an idea of how I wanted to play Richard, and after the first interaction, it went completely out the window, and something else has been played instead, and there's a lot more, and it's a lot of fun.
I was going to say that kind of happened with my one and with Hamish. But I think that's more on the lines of my lack of OC skill at being the sort of the character I'd set up, and also my terrible rolls. To be completely
There's
honest.
a lot of bad rolls tonight. There was,
Oh, yeah.
and let's see if I can. Nope.
Still no pornography.
So you are slowly getting closer.
I failed
Yeah.
with my pornography roll yet again.
To be honest, this
So-
time though, you were trying it outside of a police station.
This is true.
Makes it a bit harder.
Yeah, but this was a lot of fun. So yeah, so thanks for hosting, thanks for running, thank you everybody for playing. Thank you chat for coming along and heckling. It's been awesome. I've loved it. Thank you everyone for watching. We will do this again. We'll have to get another day sorted for it because the next 2 Fridays I've got chats lined up now. So we might move it to earlier in the week maybe. We'll have a look and we'll see when everyone's free. But we will carry on with this because this has been a lot of fun. And yeah, and we can go from there. So
Cool. No,
yeah.
thank you.
Yeah. So thank you everyone, and take care. Have a good evening and good weekend, and I'll see you all on Monday.
Bye.
Bye.